episode number 2 of Neverwinter. We're going to be going after honor today. And we do have a couple of people with us today. We do have, I can't remember your name for the life of me. I just met her today, so. Chica. We have Chica with us, and then we have Chaos, my wife, with us as well today, so. Alright. Unfortunately, they're not playing with me, but they are on the same game, and they are in the same chat, so. So here we go. Going into the rune tunnels after honor. Such a name for somebody who steals. But now it makes the truth of the whole honor amongst thieves. Like I said, in the beginning part, these things are pretty easy, so I don't have to worry too much about power of this character yet. But I will be putting a lot of points into strength and dex to make sure, or strength and con to make sure she does have the power I need later on. This one is a fighter tank. I figured since I just started learning how to play her, I'll use her for the live stream. Because I'm trying to show people how to play this without really knowing how to play. So for those who are RPG players already, you know, check everywhere for everything, because there's always little hidden boxes and stuff like that that you can use. And if you don't, you're going to miss stuff that you want later on. New armor. Okay. Now, one of the things that I wanted to show you guys early on was the fact that you can adjust these characters' colors and stuff to make them look unique. So the way you do that is you go into your options key, go up to bring up your menu, go to appearance, and then you see these where you have all your items that you're currently wearing. You can either do that or fashion, which you can get later on, which right now she doesn't have any, so she's walking around naked if I go fashion. Which I'm sure some wouldn't mind, you know, fan service and all that, but to change it, all you do is you click down, highlight the items you want to change. You can change your appearance items if you have appearance items that you want to put in there, or change colors. Now you do get a base set of colors to start with. You get red, yellow, orange, green, blue, purple, and white. So you can change your colors accordingly to that. And you do have 3 sets on here. You have primary, secondary, and accent. So you want to make sure that you're on the one you want. I think I'm going to go with her primary. I'm going to make it Let's see. Another thing you can do is you can change which things actually show up. Click on the ones that are on there, hit options, and then you see down here it'll say disable visuals. So you can click on that and it takes that item off of them. They're still technically wearing it, it just doesn't show it. Which is nice. For example, I don't want to show their helmet all the time, so you can take their helmet off. This way you have a better idea of how, if you want to adjust your look accordingly. Once you put the color in you want, don't hit the button like I just did because it kicks you out. Instead, just hit R2 to change to your next thing. So you can adjust your colors that way. And then, a neat little trick, once you get the color combination the way you want, you click on it again, it goes to copy colors to other slots. And you can add that to all your slots so you can have the color code already set the way you want. That way you don't have to go through and do it for everything, every single item. And now your character is going to have a unique look to him. And the nice thing about it is anytime you get new armor, it automatically adopts that color, so you don't have to change it every time. Now her armor's a little short, so I made sure to put the pants back on, otherwise she's walking around in undies under her shirt. Which again, some people I suppose wouldn't mind, you know, fan service and all that, but I don't feel like getting demonetized for nudity. Alright. Now we go back to Sergeant Knox and see what our next video is, or what our next mission is.
Protector's Enclave. Went to Blacklight.
Like I said, Sergeant Knox is going to be a main thing. You're going to be seeing him a lot, especially for the first 80 levels. After that, then you're going into your after game content where the real game actually starts, so...
You've impressed me. Well, seems you have
And the first thing we need to do now is
the real hero of Neverwinter and a personal
get rid of this friends in high places thing, because, again, it's not really a cheat, but since I already have a character, since I already had characters up there, it was added on, and I don't want to have the benefits of having higher level characters right off the bat. Trying to show you how to do this without that. So now we got to go get a mount of our own. You remember in the beginning of the game we got a mount loaned to us. Now we get to pick our mount.
Welcome to the good man, that Sergeant Knox. Lord Neverwinter has decreed that Chanticleer Stables is to give willing adventurers a free horse. We are, of course, more than happy to help, and not the least bit upset at how much these horses normally cost with rent, let alone buy. Let's get you started, shall we?
We, of course, are more than happy to help, and not at least bit upset by how much these horses normally cost to rent, let alone buy. Let's go with the Sabino. Alright. Now to equip this, all you do is go to your bag, which the easiest way to do that is press R or L1 and then left control button. Highlight the Sabino, equip, and you're done. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your mounts where you'll see the little horseshoe next to it. Click on that. Click R2 to go to stables. You're going to want to add your enlightened insignia slot that they gave you right off the back. You're going to get insignias throughout the game. Some are a lot better. The ones I mainly go for are the ones that have power, so the ones that are called dominance. Yeah, because they help a lot, especially when you're. These stats get added to your character, not to your horse. So, and later on, you're going to want to worry about item level. Right now, we don't worry about that at all. But later on, you're going to want to worry about your item level because that's going to dictate what kind of access you can have to various different content in the end game. See, I was talking about unique mounts that you can get. Like this guy's here got a griffin that he's floating around on. So you can get some pretty interesting mounts. Yeah. So the next one we're going to be going to is Trail of the Crown. Alright. Or if you want to show them your mount, you can do. Where are you now? Oh, well, I can't go there. Okay. I'm over by Sergeant Knox. So, both of these people that are listening today both have level 80 characters, so they've gone through all this entry level stuff, or all this beginning level stuff already. So if there's something I missed that they haven't, that they think would be helpful, I'd be more than happy to jump in. Oh, one of the other things too is you get little icons up there showing when you have things available. Now in this case, I have, since we got that horse, we can go to our collections and it comes up with the mounts. These collections are nice because once you get them full, you actually get a little bonus from them. But I haven't met too many people who has any of them full yet. Yeah, like for example, the mounts right now, there's 621 mounts, and we got one out of 621. And there's currently, for horses of nobility, you've got 5 mounts that you can, or 6 mounts you can go through for that. Then you've got horses from distant lands, and you've got mounts of the cult, where again you can see all the different mounts. So for the unique mounts, you can see different ones in here. Some of these you can only get during events. Others you can purchase from the Astral Diamond market. So if you're a completionist, you're going to be at this for a very long time. Yep. Yep. Yeah, and like I was saying, each map has different instances. So, for example, this one here, right now, there is, as we look through, we can see there's over 40 instances on this map. There's 50, 56 instances for this particular map, and each one has a certain number of players on it. So there's a lot of people playing this game yet. Generally, the map is full at 20 players for this particular map. However, you can get in when you're over the max. Like this one here, instance number 27 has 21 people instead of 20. You can only do that if you're partied with a member. If you're partied with somebody who's already in that map, you can switch to their instance. But you can only go up to, I think it's half the original. So if there's 20 people in there, you can only do that if there's less than 30. Once it's 30, you can't even switch in then, because that's the absolute max that each instance can have, is 30 people. In here in Protector's Enclave, each area has its own setting. And this is Dritz Duarden, my wife's character, and that is her butterflies. I am currently in instance number 15. Yeah, instance number 15 is full, so. But if she was to join our group, then she could jump in. So even though this instance is full, she can still jump in because it's not at its absolute max yet. Each of the mounts also does something unique to itself. For example, hers, Dritz, dances. Mine, the horse, most of the horses, all they do is they will whinny and rear up. Now the way you do that is you press R1 or L1, sorry, and then the X button, like you would normally jump. But if you're not moving, they don't jump, they do the extra thing. Another thing that some people know, some people don't know, but it's kind of a little fun part of the game, is you have emotes in here. So you can, if you press L1, go down into the chat, then press triangle for the menu, you can go to your emotes and you can do various different emotions. Now, unfortunately, right now, while I technically can do it, you can't do these things until, if you're a brand new account, you can't do these until you've gone through several quests first. And so I'm not going to do any of that stuff. You can also chat and stuff like that, but you can't do that until you reach those quests as well. This is our other friend here she's got a nice little white tiger. I like those tigers. Yeah, see, that one growls at you. Yeah. And you notice these other little things that they have with them. There's the crow and the deep crow and the regular crow here, the crow archer. These are the companions that you can get that help you along. Some of them will fight, some of them won't. Some of them just add bonuses to your characters. So you want to work on whichever one's going to work best with your gameplay. And then the other one that she has here is a vanity pet. They don't really do anything. They just look cool. They just look cool walking along. And it's actually a gaggle of bats sitting there. So these are some of the ways you can personalize your characters as you're going through. And the pets the companions do add bonuses to your characters, add stats as well. Some heal, some add strength, or add power and defense and whatnot else. So you want to look at those to see what's going to actually be most beneficial for your character's play type. For example, this particular individual here, Arya, and you can inspect your other players by clicking on them. Go down to inspect, and then it shows up to their character what her item level is, which is 17,000 right now, which is a pretty good item level. You notice she's got all purple stuff in here. Dark enchant. She's got various different enchantments, various levels, starting with level 9, looks like. So she's got some really good stuff in here. But on here, you can see the stats. Her power level right now is 52,000. It's a lot higher than mine is currently. Now, some characters, like what I like to do is I like to put in a biography for my characters. A lot of people don't put anything in that spot. I do, just personalize it a little bit more. And you notice she also has her color. She also has hers color coded. She's got it set the way she wants. She's got a wedding garb for her design, for her look. So she did go with, instead of doing like I did where it was just the armor, she actually has the whatchamacallit garb. These you generally have to pay for. You can get them through various different means. You can get them through either the terminal and trade bar merchant, which you can get trade bars through the chests, which, as I discussed last time, you can get those by getting VIP. You can either pay real money for it and get VIP that way, or you can build up enough Astral Diamonds, go through the Astral Diamond exchange, trade it in for Zen that way, and then get VIP that way. So you don't have to spend real money on this to get all the benefits. It just takes more grinding to get it. Yeah. And then, as I was saying, you can go to the Astral Diamond Exchange and you can pick up in here. You can, or not the Astral, Trade House. We call this the Astral Diamond Trade House, or Astral Diamond Market, 80 market, but it actually, they actually have a name for it. But in here, you can get all kinds of different things. You can get your equipment, refinements, possessions. Your refinements also has your enchantments in there. It's not just refining items. Professions, if you decide to do a workhouse later on, which I'm not sure I'm going to do. Fashion, which is what she's currently wearing. See, in fashion, you can go in there and you can come up with all the different kind of fashions that they have available right now. You can search by quality. And if you press the touchpad in the center, you can go up to the default here. You can change that, so you go to buyout, so you can see which ones you can actually buy out right off the back. And I'll tell you how much it is for buyout or how much you're going to bid on it. And bidding's usually cheaper, but it's not guaranteed to get the item. Because then you're basically in a bidding war and whoever bids higher gets it. And a lot of people will wait till the last second and bid. So if you want to spend the time to sit there and wait for an item, do it that way. You can possibly get it cheaper. So what are you two lovely ladies doing up to? Oh, okay. How about you, Chica? Or Aria? Oh, okay. And I said each of the classes too have a little something unique with them. With the way they do things. Both of these two here are assassins. They're both drow. They're both rogues. So they both will evade the same way. My character, however, she just holds up her shield. But you notice the rogue, when she evades, she rolls. Now the tank has two different types of defense techniques. One, they can hold up their shield like this, which then you're pretty much stuck. Especially at the early levels. You can defend, but you can't really do much else. The other way, I can't do yet, so we'll have to wait till I get high enough level to actually show you how to do that. But it's basically absorbs their attack and then redirects it back at them. Yeah, you can trade out mounts from your stable, but you only get the benefits from the ones that are in your stable. So you want to make sure you have that set as well to be most beneficial to your character. And the other thing that goes with that, with mounts, one of the things you'll notice is they have different powers. So when you get a legendary mount, they have a combat power that adds on to it, that also adds on to your item level, and an equip power, which can help give you benefits, additional power or defense or various different other things, and then your movement speed. Now right now I've just got a very basic horse here, so her movement speed is at 50%, which means it doesn't mean that she moves 50% of her normal move. It means she moves 50% faster. So it's technically 150%. That's just for those who are sticklers, like I am sometimes, about the way things are worded. Because technically that 50% means we move half our normal speed, which is not the case. If that was the case, I'd see no point in having a horse, because then you're moving slower than you can walking. Which is just silly. And anytime you see somebody with green over their head, they're an actual player. Somebody blue, they're in your party. You can see the name of your companions, but you can't really see the name of their companions unless you go into their character again, go to inspect companion, and then it'll show up their companion, who their companion is. It'll also tell you a little bit about their companion. And in that case, you can actually see you'll see the name that they named their companions too. Like for example, the deep crow here, her name is Luna, and you can see she's at 40 max. She also get a bolster contribution of 3%, which does help. Yeah, the Deep Crow is an augmentation companion, which means it adds your companion's ratings to your own while it's summoned. So while she has the Deep Crow out, she also gains additional health, defense, critical, all the stuff that she was showing here. She gets added to her character as well, so it makes it that much stronger. Unfortunately, there's nobody around here with a non-augmentation companion right now. Otherwise, I'd show you what they look like.
Your goals are mine.
So, this one is named Jarrell. This one's also got a mystical bolster contribution of 3%, and is also rank 40, and it's a Cambion Magus, which is a really nice companion. But this one is not augmentation, which means the stats that it has does not get added to your character. Just from whatever bonuses that it actually states gets added to your character. So you'll want to pay attention to that too if you want character or monsters who are, or companions who are, augment your character to make them stronger, or companions that actually help you along the way. Like this one will actually attack. The Magus will actually attack. So for some characters it's really nice because it'll draw monsters away from you. So if you have like a cleric or something like that who's not really a fighter, you'll pull monsters away from you, so you don't have to be, so you won't be so inundated by them all the time. Now, I don't want, as a fighter, as a tank, I don't want monsters to be drawn from me. I want them to be drawn to me. So I'm probably going to go with more augmentation character or companions once I start getting them. Augmentation or healers. So, anyway, what are you up to, Chica? Okay, because right now I'm half an hour into my live stream, so I'm gonna go meet with Private Hawthorne and Britt Blacklake to continue my quest on, and we'll go from there. If you ladies want to jump along, you can jump along. Otherwise, unfortunately, I don't have VIP. So, one of the benefits of having VIP is that you get this nice little travel stick that you can pull out that allows you to be able to travel to areas without having to go to yep. Okay, so you can use that travel stick so you can go to different areas without having to go to the gates. But since I don't have that, the way we travel is we run down to these gates, and different areas will have, I don't wanna, but, and it's not that far away. So you go to various different gates, and this town has several gates on it. If you look at the map here, you can see there's Sleeping Dragon Gate up here on the northeastern side. Then you have your South City Gate, which is on the southwestern side, and then you have the Deacon Street Gate, which is on the south, and then the southeastern is where I'm at right now, which is the, I didn't even notice what gate it was, but anyway. So we're switching over to Black Lake. Now remember I was talking about how each area has their own number of instances in their own instance settings. Black Lake doesn't have nearly as many instances as Protector's Enclave does. Protector's Enclave, remember we had 46 instances, or 56 instances on that one? Black Lake has like 5 or 6. I can't check right now because I just moved in. When you move into a map, you have a minute before you can change your instances. So you want to keep that in mind too if you're going to be joining party members. A lot of times it'll tell you how much time you have before you can change your instance by pressing the touchpad, highlight the character, and then it'll say on top here change instance, but right now everybody's in the same instance so it doesn't show. But it'll also tell you at that point how much time you have.
I've been keeping Sergeant Nod apprised of your progress. I believe he's quite impressed so far. Well met. I am Hothadon Falwen, private in the service of the city of Neverwinter, soldier in the squad of Sergeant Knox, finder of secrets, and hunter of criminals. I had not heard you were coming, but I look forward to working with you. Last I heard, Sergeant Knox sent you on the trail of one Gotham Cooper. I have news of his whereabouts, but I fear it's not good. Watch your step in this district. Black Lake is home only to the desperate and the deranged.
The Black Lake?
Our best hope for finding Karzar
And then we'll get all the missions that we can. One of them is to talk to the merchant to get our healing potions here. It was an easy mission, right? Some are like that. Some are real easy. Some are not. Now, if you have a party like I do right now with people who have already done this quest, but they may want to go along with you to help you out, one of the things you can do is go into your, again, press Options key, go to your journal, click on the quest, and then press the triangle. One of the options it gives on here is to share. So now you can share certain quests with the individuals and they can accept it. So now they go along with you. They can see what you're doing. They can follow along with the little line. And they get XP for completing this quest as well. Now, each character also has their own unique quests. Like this guy over here is a mysterious drow. This is for certain classes and stuff like that they can get. So you want to keep an eye out. Yeah, so you want to keep an eye out for these out-of-the-way characters so you can get extra quests. They give you extra XP so you can level up a little faster. So my first one is I need to look for clues of Gothwin's location. Now this one is really nice because it points you right to them. You don't have to do any searching. However, there are some where you'll be in a blue circle and it's somewhere in that blue circle. You'll have to find it. Okay, I got all the clues back to Hawthorne. Nice thing about these early ones, it's going to be a lot of little running around. I just see things in here are pretty easy. What's really funny is when you have high-level characters along, like these two, they have a skill called Path of Blades that they can put out. And when they're in low-level areas like this, they walk along, all you see is things flying away from them because they're dying. It looks silly. It looks funny. All they're doing is walking along and things die. So if you get high-level friends that you can have walk along with you, that'd be great. So you know, I was talking about extra quests. Right here, the scout has an extra quest for me.
The Nashers don't take kindly to outsiders. Hello there. Are you the one the higher ups sent to help me clean
And this
up
is where I'm
this
going to be
mess?
getting
Well, let me fill
opening
you
the doors
in.
for the citizens.
Situation in Black Lake
Now,
is bad.
like I said,
These
some
sons of
quests
Lagonda
can't
have
be
driven
shared.
off most of the citizenry,
Some
but
can.
some refuse to leave their homes.
If it can't be
The
shared, it'll
Nashers
come up with the red
respond
line,
by
red
boarding them up
letters.
in their robbing anyone in the
For
street and
example,
setting fire to
evacuate Black Lake
buildings.
can't be shared because
First
that's
thing we're going to
specific
need
to your
do is
class.
rescue any trapped citizens we can find.
However, the dead rats can be shared. So that's a generalized quest. You also notice over here, Elmira has some quests for us. Again, you want to collect every quest you can, and if you got people running along with you, share as many as you can with them so they get extra XP for coming along with you. It's just good manners. Alright. Now for these, like I was saying before, you get a blue circle and you don't get a line showing you exactly where things are. So then you look for these little sparkly bits, and that's where your items are. Yep. The problem that comes, yeah, and in some cases you're going to end up with these things dropping from enemies that you kill, so you can use that too. For example, I killed these guys, and unfortunately they didn't drop anything this time. But if the enemies within the circle, they have a chance of dropping what you need. Like this guy just dropped another sack of stolen goods, so that helps with how many you have to pick up. So make sure you kill things while you're in the circle too, because you can find your stuff you need easier that way. You don't want to spend forever and a day in these quests if you can. The faster you can get done with them, the better. Now that we got that one done, you notice all of a sudden, as soon as you get that particular quest done, the blue circle disappears, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. And the other thing that I wanted to show you is with your maps. If you bring up your map and you click your touchpad in the center, it actually highlights the map itself so you can move around on the map. And on here you can see the different characters. As they roam around, you can see where they are on the map. So even if, for example, Arya or Dritz were, like, say for example, way over by the gate, we'd still be able to see them on this map, so we know where they are. And then that way, if they stay still, like say for example, if one of them was over by Lakeside, we could click on them, which would put a point on there, a special waypoint, and then we'll get a line going directly to that. So we get a line that will lead us to our party members if we lose them. That way we can find them. So for example, right now Arya is down by the alchemy's lab. So if we were to click on her, and if she was to stay in that area, now we get a line that leads us directly to her, so we can follow that line. And when we come out, there she is. That way, if we lose our party members, we can find them. Yeah, because if you don't unclick your special waypoint, you'll be stuck going to that same spot all the time. And it's not beneficial to get your quests done. So, and then sometimes your quests will change on you because it automatically sets where to go based upon where you are right now. If you want to finish a quest first before you move on to the next one, you can press the touchpad in the center, touch it a couple times to get over by your quest markers, highlight the one you want to hit X, and it'll reset your marker to that particular quest, so you can finish that one out first. And now we get to go to the sewers. And my super fast mount here, compared to everybody else who zooms right past me. Now, when you're in a party like this, you'll get a little... Sometimes you'll get a purple line like this that will wait for a few seconds for everybody to show up. If they're not there, it'll wait. It won't let you go in until everybody gets there. It's nice when you're going into specific maps like this. Specific dungeon maps. Like I was saying before, if you need to heal up, this blue circle here is good for that. So you can heal up, you can get rid of your negative status effects that way. If you have high enough VIP, it doesn't matter, because you can't get injured anyway. And if you guys want to kill things, you can, because I get more XP from doing the quests than killing things anyway, so. So again, if you notice, all of a sudden you'll see like little daggers pop up, and that's it. And then the things go flying and dying. It's because they're using their path of blades. Which, yeah, see, when you first come in, it'll tell you that, kinda, but it won't show you where the trap is. So, like, for example, I can't see the trap. However, the rogue does have a nice little trick to them, that they can actually see the trap themselves, and they can disarm it. Which, it don't look like either one had... Okay. So anyway, they're supposed to be able to disarm the traps. Which makes it better, which makes it a little safer for other party members, so we don't accidentally walk over it and get shot. But if somebody does trip it, you see that red circle, so you know that trap's there anyway, so you can avoid it. But there are some areas that are going to come up where it's going to be a lot more dangerous than that. And again, always make sure... Yep, always make sure you open your chests. Even then you should check them, because when you kill them, they drop some... Sometimes they can drop some really nice items. Yeah, that's true. So I'm gonna think we're gonna finish out this dungeon here today, and then we're gonna end the video there, because we've been at this for about 15 minutes now already, and I don't want to make these videos much longer than an hour if I can. Again, one of them was using Path of Blade, so the guy just fell over dead.
Yes, I helped to steal the crown of Neverwinter.
Now, again, always check where you're at, because, for example, this little lever here opens up this floor, and there's a chest down there. Yeah, which I can't see, so I don't know where the traps are, but... Oh, looks like somebody found one and was able to disarm it. And there's the other. See, so the ranger or the rogue has that nice little ability. So now I can walk over the trap and it won't do nothing, because it doesn't exist anymore. They disarmed it. I like to explore, like I said, everywhere, because you never know what you can find. So you can even go underneath here. Unfortunately, in this particular case, there is nothing here, but sometimes they do have little things in there. And another thing, if you don't share the quest with your party members and they come into a dungeon like this, they have to go back to the entrance or they're stuck in here. But if you share it, they can exit out through the same exit you can. Ah, well, then they're gonna either have to go through the front, or they're trapped. Haha. Yeah, see, they can cheat. They can use their sticks and get out.
I've been keeping Sergeant Gothwin told us watch your step in this. According to Gothwin's information, Karzab is hiding in a safe house nearby.
And then we'll turn these quests in. I am now level 10. Now, as I had said before, we do get mail. Unfortunately, in this particular case, because of the fact that I'm level 10, I can check my mail, but if it came with something, I couldn't collect it. In this particular case, it didn't, so. And because of the fact that we're level 10, we now go to our character sheet. We can now adjust our stats a little bit. For every 10 levels, we can adjust our stats. Now, in her particular case, I want Strength and Constitution. Constitution gives her more hit points, and Strength allows her to hit harder. And then there are other things that you'll see later on how to adjust them even further. Now, with that, we did get a new item, a helmet. So let's put that on. We also got we can open our box again, our little chest, which we got 2 Neverwinter incentives, another box, a coupon for 20% off any bag, which is nice if you're going to be spending real money. But these only last for a little while. This one lasts for an hour. So if you're going to be doing it, you have to do it in that hour. I always just discard them because they're pointless to me. You also get a mount requisition token, which we already have a mount, but we can use this to get another mount, so we can actually get a little bit further along in our collection. And in a bag, so we get more storage space now, because you notice we have 12 more slots than we had before. That's a nice little thing. And you notice my character is not wearing her helmet. When you look at her on the screen, she actually is wearing it. It's just that because of the appearance that I have set up for her, remember I turned the visuals off for the helmet. So even though she is technically wearing it, it doesn't show. I think they look better without the helmet anyway. Alright, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave this video here. We will continue in Black Lake and go meet with Zoe Fargo and continue looking for the helm.
Careful.
Or for the...
You've done good work. Never let it be said that Lord Neverwinter
Continue
cares
looking for the
nothing about
crown.
the safety of his citizens.
I hope you have a great day. Be entertained. Goodbye.